Building an emergency fund is an essential step toward financial security. An emergency fund acts as a safety net to cover unforeseen expenses such as medical bills, car repairs, job loss, without disrupting your financial plans. In this video, we'll discuss how much you need in your emergency fund and where to keep it. Determining how much you need in your emergency fund depends on several factors, including your income, expenses, and lifestyle. As a general rule of thumb, most financial experts recommend having 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses saved in your emergency fund. However, depending on your circumstances, you may need to save more or less. Assess your monthly living expenses to determine your emergency fund goal. This includes essential costs such as rent or mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, and insurance. Once you have a monthly expense figure, multiply it by the number of months you want to save for. For example, if your monthly living expenses are $3,000, and you want to save 6 months' worth of expenses, your emergency fund target would be $18,000. However, if you have a stable income, a healthy savings account, and minimal debt, you may be able to save less than the recommended 3 to 6 months. On the other hand, if you have dependents, are self-employed, or have a volatile income, you may want to aim for a larger emergency fund. Remember that these are general guidelines, and the right amount for your emergency fund will depend on your circumstances. When it comes to an emergency fund, accessibility and safety are crucial. You want to be able to access your funds quickly and easily, but you also want to keep them safe and secure. Here are some options for where to keep your emergency fund. A high-yield savings account is a viable choice for your emergency fund. These accounts typically offer higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts, which can help your emergency fund grow over time. Plus, they are FDIC insured, meaning your money is protected up to $250,000 per account. High-yield savings accounts usually impose withdrawal limits, which may require you to transfer funds to a checking account to access them. A money market account is another option for your emergency fund. Like a high-yield savings account, it offers FDIC-insured protection and typically earns higher interest rates than traditional savings accounts. However, money market accounts may require a higher minimum deposit and balance to avoid fees. Certificates of deposit, CDs, are a low-risk option for your emergency fund. They typically offer higher interest rates than savings accounts or money market accounts, but they require you to keep your money locked in for a set period. This means you may not be able to access your funds immediately when needed. CDs can be a good option if you have a larger emergency fund and want to earn more interest on your money. Be sure to choose a CD with a term that matches your emergency fund timeline. Keeping cash available is an easy and convenient choice for an emergency fund. However, it is also the least secure. You run the risk of theft or loss, and your cash won't earn any interest. Plus, keeping large sums of cash at home can be a security risk. If you do choose to keep cash on hand, consider a fireproof safe or lockbox. A line of credit is a type of loan that allows you to borrow money as needed. It can be a good backup option for your emergency fund, as you can easily access funds. However, borrowing incurs interest, which can add up over time. A line of credit can be a good option if you have a low-risk emergency fund or if you need more flexibility in accessing funds. Just be sure to read the terms and conditions carefully, including interest rates and any fees. Although stocks, bonds, and mutual funds can yield higher returns than savings accounts, they carry higher risks. If you need to access your funds during a market downturn, you may end up losing money. Investment accounts can be a good option if you have a larger emergency fund and are comfortable taking on more risk. However, it's important to have a solid understanding of your investment options and to consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. You don't have to choose just one option for your emergency fund. In fact, it can be wise to diversify your emergency fund across multiple options. You could keep a fraction of the emergency fund in a high-yield savings account for easy access and invest another portion in a low-risk CD to earn more interest. Once you've built up your emergency fund, it's important to maintain it. This means continuing to contribute to it regularly and avoiding the temptation to dip into it for non-emergency expenses. Consider setting up automatic transfers from your checking account to make maintaining your emergency fund easier. If you do need to use your emergency fund, be sure to replenish it as soon as possible. This will help you stay prepared for future emergencies. An emergency fund is an essential part of any financial plan. By determining the amount and method, you can build a safety net to help you weather unexpected expenses without derailing your long-term financial goals. Remember to regularly contribute to and maintain your emergency fund to stay prepared for whatever life throws your way. Thanks for watching. See you next time.